So this video is going to actually cover something that you need to understand in order to balance equations, right? You're going to need to be able to count how many atoms are in a chemical formula or in a balanced reaction, right? So that way you can make sure that there's the same number of oxygens on each side, same number of nitrogens on each side. So this is a pretty fundamental tool that you're going to have in your belt, you know. So I give two examples from the homework for chapter 5. So for the first one, we just have the term uranium, right? 2 oxygens and then a nitrate. So we're going to figure out how many oxygen atoms are in this, we'll call this molecular formula, right? So as far as I see here, we have 2 right here because we have a subscript of 2. We have 3 right here, but since it's outside the parentheses with the 2, we actually have a total of 6 right there. So the total here would be 8. So the question in the homework actually asks you to enter it as an integer, so you just type the number 8. So 2 oxygens from here and 3 here, but there's a 2 on the outside, so it's really 6 from the nitrate. The next one is a little different. So you know how you have a balanced equation and it has coefficients? Maybe we have a coefficient right here. So it's saying how many nitrogen atoms are in this. So I would like to figure out how many nitrogen atoms are here, and then we'll multiply that by 8. Does that make sense? I'd rather figure out how many how many nitrogen atoms are in here, and then we'll multiply it by 8. So why don't we do a bonus one? Why don't we also do hydrogen atoms? This is bonus. This is the question that's in the homework, but we'll do a bonus one. So as far as this compound is concerned, there's no nitrogens over here, but there's some nitrogens in here. So it looks like we have 1 nitrogen here, but there's a subscript of 2 on the outside, correct? So this really means that we have 2 nitrogens in the actual molecular compound, but since there's an 8 on the outside, what that means is 8 of this whole thing. So if there's 8 of that whole thing, then we really have 16 nitrogen atoms. Now for our bonus, let's do the H's. Let me rewrite that bad boy there. Alright. So for this one, H's, we have 4 H's, but it's times 2, right? Again, I'm just going to focus on finding how many are here, and we'll multiply that whole thing by 8. So here we have 8 H's right here, correct? Because we have 4 right here, but it's times 2, so it's 8 plus, right? And then out here we only have 1 H because he has a subscript of 1. So it's 8 plus 1. So it's really 8 times 9. So that is 72. 72 H's, right? So that's just a bonus question. So these are very fair game for an exam. Us being able to identify how many atoms are in a formula, especially if there's a coefficient present, that is very key in order to be able to balance chemical equations, and it's a skill that we need to master. So let me know if you have questions. Good luck.